Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 111. It's 111 of Gains, and this one is titled Search and Rescue Start. The butterflies of excitement that were screaming around in a circle in your stomach was something else that next morning. How you even slept the night before was beyond you, since you felt like you hadn't slept at all, yet the adrenaline was keeping you amped. If you've forgotten anything, I probably have it, Kiri said as he dragged his rather large red suitcase over to you, dodging people in the busy train station. What did you pack in there, the kitchen sink? You joked. No, I didn't bring that, Kiri said with a confused and worried look on his face. Should I have bought that? No, you chuckled. I was being silly. Oh, thank goodness, he said with genuine relief, worried that he had promised you that he had everything you needed, and then the first thing that you'd asked him about he didn't have. Where's Kat? You asked, looking up and down the busy corridor. I swear he was on the same bus as us. There are a lot of people in that bus, but I never saw him get on or off. That's true, Kiri replied, looking around as well. There had been a bit of a rush that morning to get to the bus stop, and then to the train station. Fat Gum had told you all to meet him at a certain train station at a certain time, so that had been your driving force. Oh, there he is, Kiri said brightly, when he spotted the spiky blonde in the crowd. Where'd you go? You asked him when he approached you. Get snacks, he grunted. Gotta have snacks on a long trip. Good thinking, you said brightly. Do you know where we're going? Kiri asked. I have zero idea, you shrugged. I'm assuming that if Fat Gum is going to be coming with us on the train, then he'll fill us in. You'd be correct, Fat Gum said from behind you as he approached you all. Oh, good morning, sir, you greeted as you spun around to see him. Good to see you all ready to go, he replied, giving you each a smile. Anyway, let's not stand around, we've got a train to catch, he then added, pointing in the general direction of the train that you all had to get on. You turned and looked and saw that it was a country train that had just pulled up. Oh, so we must be heading out of the city a little bit then? You thought as you picked up the handle on your luggage case and tipped the bag on its side and then rolled it along, following just behind Kiri as he headed for the train. On to the open carriage you all got, finding a seat and settling in. How long are we on this thing for? Bakugo asked as he sat down next to you, with Kiri and Fat Gum sitting across the small aisle from you, all of you facing each other. About 2 hours, I believe, Fat Gum replied. We're headed to the mountains, as it's a search and rescue that's underway. Who are you looking for? You asked. A bunch of kids who got lost. They were supposed to go hiking over the weekend and get back yesterday, but they didn't show up, and they're still not back yet, Fat Gum said. You tried not to pull a face, but what was with you and lost kids? It's not the first time this had happened. Kiri could sense your unease immediately and got your attention. It's okay, he said softly to you. You gave him a small, nervous smile and nodded a little. You hoped he was right. What makes this a little more difficult is there appears to be some kind of fog quirk that's activated in the area, and it's unsure if this fog also contains some kind of disorientation side effect, but anyone who goes into it has a hard time getting out of it, so there's a group of heroes trying to figure out what's going on, Fat Gum added. This seemed to pique Bakugo's interest, and he perked up a little, lifting his head from where he had it slumped into his palm. Finally, something to fight, he said under his breath, but you heard him. We need to assess what's going on first, you said softly to him. I know you want to come out swinging, but we need to be careful. Bakugo clicked his tongue to the inside of his cheek and slumped his chin back down into his palm, but didn't fight you on that. He knew you were right. Do we know any other details? Kiri asked as the train whistle blew and the doors were closed in preparation for departure. Yes, and well done for asking, Fat Gum complimented you. We're looking for 6 kids. What are their ages? You asked. Fat Gum grinned at you. May I ask why you asked for their ages? There's no right or wrong answer, I just want to understand your thought process, he said. I just asked because if they're older, they might be a little more helpful once we find them. Hopefully they won't be too injured and can walk. Or we can ask some questions to find out where they're injured. We can also ask if everyone's accounted for, etc. You said. Smaller kids wouldn't be able to answer questions or might need to be carried. Have you done a search and rescue before? Fat Gum asked you. Unofficially, yes. I helped in a rescue of a small girl. She was 2, I think. You said. I can tell you've done this before, Fat Gum replied with a smile. You already appear to be confident. They are high school students, same age as you 3, he added, between the ages of 15 and 17. Yeah, not sure about the confidence statement, buddy, and also not super keen on kids our own age, but maybe they might just want to be helped and not make a scene about it or try and be cool to impress us. you said in your mind, refraining from saying that and just giving him a polite smile instead. Do they have any hiking experience? Kiri then asked Fat Gum. Yes, apparently so, and yes, also in the same region, Fat Gum added. Any villains with fog quirks? Bakugo asked, already focusing in on the mysterious fog in the area. Not that we're aware of, but we do have a team looking into it, Fat Gum said. We'll be in the area for 3 days, and then we'll back home once we rescue these kids. We can do it, Kiri said brightly. Sometimes you gotta go beyond plus ultra. That's us, he replied to him, holding up your hand for a high five. So manly, Kiri replied passionately, high-fiving you back. The rest of the trip up there was spent chatting and eating Bakugo's snacks, and although it was supposed to be a 2-hour trip, it felt more like it was 20 minutes. Train arriving at Doha Station in 2 minutes, the voice said on the overhead speaker. That was quick, you said, getting up to retrieve your bag and get your things together. And there is the end of that chapter, chapter 111. I've just realised that I have pronounced the station name wrong. It's an actual station. I think it's probably better pronounced as Doai, D-O-A-I. Doai? This is terrible since I'm studying Japanese. You'd think I'd know how to say it by now. So if you look that up, you'll probably work out which mountainous region they're going to. Stay tuned for chapter 112 tomorrow. I'll see you then.